Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And today I got a special shoe for you guys. This is the Jordan Why Not 0.3. So shout out to Jordan brand for sending this out. I actually went to the event out in LA. They have a store actually in LA or downtown LA. And there's an actual court on the 3rd floor of the store. It's an outdoor court, so it doesn't have wood floors. It's more like that plastic type of material, which grips really well. I feel like any shoe will have really good traction, but it probably isn't the best for durability. But anyways, I played there. It was really cool. I got to wear test it. And I met this guy who's an Ekin, which E-K-I-N is backwards of Nike. And Ekin is basically a Nike expert who knows basically all about the shoes and stuff. So I was talking to him, I saw some really cool people, met some cool people. Release date, they said it's going to release around mid-January. And as far as the retail price, it's going to be $130. The Why Not 0.2 was $125, so they raised the price by $5, which isn't a huge deal. But I think, they should have kept it the same. As far as the tech, it didn't really improve all that much. But $5 isn't a huge deal. And I got 2 colorways here. Obviously, this is mine and this one is Donny Boy's. This is the family colorway. It has some black and gold and then a white midsole and then a gray outsole. And then this is the white noise colorway. So Russell Westbrook, he wants to block out the haters. It's kind of like white noise, like in old school TVs that look like a box. And then you would see the white noise if there was no signal. And this colorway is pretty sick. I really like this colorway. Like on the outsole you can see like the color pattern of static, which is really cool. But anyways, as always, let's get it started off with the traction. So as far as the traction goes, we've already known what it was going to look like. It's basically a thunderbolt type of pattern, and it's a really soft rubber, so durability is not going to be good. And like just on my pair, I only played it once on that plastic type of material outdoors, probably for like an hour or two, and there's like some parts of the rubber are fraying and not ripping off, but yeah, there's some parts that don't look so good. So durability, I don't think it's gonna be good at all. So outdoor use is out of the question. As far as on an indoor court, I don't know yet. It was on that, I played on that plastic thing and it was biting really well there. I tried it on my wood floors and it seemed to be gripping really well. There's really no squeak to it though, so it seems more like a silent traction, but I am worried about the outsole. And of course 0.2 had that problem with the outsole ripping off, like where the zoom unit was curving or like flexing. So I am a little worried about that, but hopefully they did fix that. And for heel to toe transition, it's exactly like the 0.2 where you have a very nice curved shape here in the heel. I love that. It helps with the heel to toe transition. It keeps it smooth. You have a nice flex here in the forefoot area, and you have a nice curved shape in the forefoot as well. So heel to toe transition seem pretty smooth. It is a decoupled outsole. You have this plastic midfoot shank here, and what this helps to do is reduce the overall weight of the shoe. And the Ekin, he was telling me like, if you guys haven't watched Russell Westbrook play, he plays very linearly, like he goes forward, doesn't do a lot of lateral. I mean, of course he does some lateral movements, but he's usually just explosive, just going forward, going to the basket, right? So he's gonna be on his toes most of the time, and this decoupling does help with that type of movement. And of course, moving on to the cushion, you have a very large volume zoom unit here in the forefoot, and they said it's the largest volume zoom unit they've used in a Why Not shoe, in the Why Not line, which isn't saying much. I guess they did have the full-length zoom unit in the 0.1, and I don't know how it's bigger than that, but I guess essentially they're saying it's a bigger zoom unit than the 0.2. And it seems like it's bottom loaded. It doesn't protrude out that much, like the Jordan 28, the Jordan 29, the outsole actually protruded out like a lot, but this one, it seems a little bit more flat. The forefoot zoom unit, I can't feel it as much as the 0.2 right now, and of course it is segmented. Maybe that's why, because of the 0.2 I could feel it a good amount, it's bouncy, but the 0.3 I can feel it a little less. Hopefully I can feel it a little bit more once I break it in. And as far as the heel compression goes, it's actually pretty nice. I'm not sure what type of foam they're using, but it's probably just the Phylon, and there's a nice little compression to it, so impact protection seems like it's gonna be pretty good. And also the Nike guy was telling me that this shoe is a little bit lower to the ground than the 0.2, and it actually does feel a little bit lower to the ground, and I'm actually happy with it. 0.2, it was pretty damn high, so I'm glad that they made that change in this shoe. So the overall cushion seems pretty nice. As far as the materials go, the materials, In the forefoot, and I guess throughout the entire upper, it's more of like a foam back mesh, and it's okay. I'm not mad at it. As far as quality goes, it's not the best for quality, you know, but on foot it feels nice. The foam back mesh isn't the most supportive material, but you know, it gives you enough support, and you have like fuse and a lot of synthetic materials to reinforce the materials where you need it. And then here in the toe area, and also on the lateral side here, you have like a synthetic material in this colorway. And then of course for the inner booty, so they're doing this inner booty thing again, which I'm not a huge fan of because it makes the overall shoe feel a little bit bulkier and heavier than it should. But they did thin it up a lot compared to the 0.2, which I like, you know. But in this white noise colorway, it's more of like a felt material, you know. It's a little bit softer. In this family colorway, it's more of a polyester material. It feels a little bit cheaper. And then of course you do have this midfoot strap. So this type of midfoot strap I'm not mad at, because you know, the Kyrie's, it just goes from one side to the other, and it's really hard to actually tighten it. But this, you actually have this loop that the strap goes through, and it's a lot easier to really tighten it up here in the midfoot area. So I like this type of system, this type of strap a little bit better than just a one-way strap. And then in both of the colorways, this strap is translucent, and then there's a little bit of a rubberized material here for, I guess, extra grip. And then on foot it feels great. I wouldn't say it's the thinnest material. I wish they would make the quality a little bit better, you know, put like nicer suede or, you know, leather materials on it. So as far as the fit goes, go true to size. I would say this shoe fits, I guess, normal to maybe even a touch wide, you know. So I guess if you're a wide footer, rejoice. But as far as in the toe box area, it's slightly snug. But I feel like this foam back mesh material will stretch out, and also it's not like super tight to begin with, so you should be fine. If you like a looser fit, or if you have a bigger, thicker or wider foot, then this shoe will probably be a little bit better for you. For me, it's an okay fit, but not the best, you know. And also there are some really nice Achilles pillows in this shoe. I actually won Achilles pillow. It's very, very big, and it feels really nice and comfortable. And I still feel like every single basketball shoe, or just every single shoe, and for that matter, should have Achilles pillows. Alright, as far as the weight goes, it's 12.8 ounces. So it's definitely a lot lighter than the 0.2. I'd say it's a little bit heavier than average. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the materials. You know, they made it a lot thinner. There's a lot less padding on it as well. And as far as the aesthetics go, I mean, I actually really like this colorway. This white noise colorway is really cool. Not a huge fan of this colorway. It's definitely very different. I wouldn't say it's my favorite as far as aesthetics goes, but it's definitely growing on me a little bit. And you know, there's some nice touches on it. Like the size tag is actually on the bottom again, which is kind of weird. And then here on the side, each colorway is gonna have a different tag here. So it says the family here on this colorway, and then for this one it says why not, with kind of like, you know, that film reel thing for like a standby or something like that. You have some static here on the synthetic material in the heel, and also on this lateral and medial piece in the forefoot. And you have this really cool like holographic film material here where the eyelets are in the ankle, and also on the tongue. And it's also here on the family colorway, which is kind of cool. And then underneath the tongue, you know, where the size tag usually is, this is Russell Westbrook's family crest or something like that he designed, and that's what they were saying. Here on the pull tab on the back, you have Russell Westbrook's signature, and you have two pull tab things for some reason. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. As far as first impressions go, these feel pretty damn nice. You know, I was playing it, I was pretty impressed, and I feel like this overall shoe is an upgraded version of the 0.2, you know, as far as right now. Cushion feels very similar, you know, like the shape, and then the forefoot zoom in and all that, but it's lower to the ground, and all this material and weight is shed off, and the materials feel a little bit thinner and all that. So it feels a little bit better than the 0.2 in my opinion, and I really like the 0.2. So that's my first impressions. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next one.